coming down here tonight, I realized that I was coming down at the end of the Jewish Sabbath. Jewish Sabbath starts at sundown on Friday night, and it ends on sundown Saturday night. And we started out by talking about what a week this was, what a difficult week it was. It was a bad week for me. It was a bad week for me because there are a number of things that I've been concentrating on. One of them has been Global Cleveland. One of them working with Dr. Mike on food that's served in the schools to the kids. We're getting that straightened out. By a year from now, Mike, every school in the inner city or in Cleveland will have good food. At the food bank, we have good food. We want people to make those choices. But one of the things I'm spending a lot of time on has been the school plan that Mayor Jackson has come up with. And it turns out in the course of this week, on Monday and Wednesday I was with the union, and on Tuesday I went down to Columbus to meet with the various legislators to talk about making the changes that we need to make in the schools to make the schools function. And if you haven't looked at Jackson's plan, you really need to look at it. Because it's a tremendous plan. We have great difficulty in getting it through the legislature. And the disappointing thing to me is when you go down and you talk to the legislators, the word children never come up. It's, well, look what happened with issue 2, and I'm going to get reelected. But none of this, you're not going to have a Hungarian panel, you're not going to have a Global Cleveland, if you don't have a public school system that can educate these kids. So on Friday morning, I wasn't feeling good at all. And I looked at my calendar, and I saw something named the Dow Academy. And I remember the Dow Academy was a school that was started by one of the Cleveland councilmen. And it's a charter school. And the charter school is on 88th and Huff. And he came to me a year ago and said, I want to start this charter school. And I talked to him, and I said, I'll give you a slug of money. And as he left the office, I thought to myself, it's never going to happen. Friday morning, I walked into the school in a building you wouldn't let your kids be in. So if you judge the school from the outside of the building, you'd say, I don't want my kids there. And then you walk into the building, and you see these kids, 3- and 4-year-old up to 6th grade kids. And you see these kids learning. And you see the effort that people are putting into these kids. And you ask yourself, what do they do wrong? I mean, what put these kids in this position? And we have the choice to change it, and we don't. Well, in each class, one of the kids got up and talked about the 5 principles of the school. And one of the principles is you don't talk, you respect everybody. But the most interesting principle to me for 3- and 4-year-old kids was they said, one of our principles is to make right choices. And then it came to me that in the culture that those kids live, almost everybody who's lived through that system has ended up making bad choices and have said to their kids, make the right choice. And I'm looking at these kids, and it made my week. Because I understood we don't make the right choices. If we made the right choices, we wouldn't have the kind of rules that we have. We don't make the right choices because we don't think of these things as choices. We take the country that we live in for granted. We come here once a year and we celebrate Hungarian community. I was looking at the things that they have has done remarkable. I look at what Mike is doing with the schools, what all the healthy people are doing. So here's what I say. This is the pledge from Global Cleveland to you. We will work with you. We will work so that we can make the right choices to make this community that all of us love to be the community we want it to be. Thank you very much.